Hi, my name is Jason Morgan. I'm a wildlife artist. Welcome into my studio. And on this really short video, I wanted to show you something I've learned about pan pastels. Lots of you will know them. Lots of pastel artists use these small pan pastel cake pans, especially to do backgrounds in their work, because it's very easy to get a lovely soft smooth backgrounds using them, and with the soft applicators you can get from them as well. I also use it for blocking in my art, and then I use, to get the details on top, I start to go over to pencils then on top of those. Now you can use them for complete works, you know, really expressive works and large works as well, because you can get detail with them by using a tool on the edge. But if you're doing smaller works, it's very, very difficult to get fine detail for doing perhaps hairs or whiskers. So I've had a play around with the pans that I've got, and I've looked at just black and white because that's the simplest way to start with them. And what I've been able to do is to actually create some really fine marks using just the pan pastel. So there's no pencil on here, and I've used a brush as well. So what I wanted to show you in this video is how I've actually managed to do that, how I've thinned the pan pastels down as well. But when you use it yourself, you're going to have to play around, because I haven't experimented with this much at all, and it'd be great to see what you actually create in your work too. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how I make these pan pastels into more of an ink, so you can get some fine lines. So okay, so let's do the white first, and all I do is get a scrap of paper, get the pan, something like a cotton wool bud, anything to just take a fine bit of the surface off the top and tap it onto the paper then. Simple as that. And then I just fold the paper up and tap it to get the powder into any little container. And then all you really need then is a odorless thinner, something like Gamsol or even the Bob Ross one, anything like that would work. Let's put a piece of paper down by there a minute. Oh, in fact, there you go. And then I just get a bit of odorless thinners, just a drop or two. Put that in, and then just mix it in. And it really is that simple. It instantly then goes into an ink consistency, because lots of us know that and love the pan pastels because you can get such soft appearances with them. So for instance, I've just got a bit of black paper there, with a pan on one of their soft tools, you can get these lovely blends with the pastels. Very easy, great for doing blendy and blurry backgrounds. Yeah, you can do the same then with the blacks. So real soft effects there. But what you usually can't do is get fine lines. So it's kind of limited either to large work or very expressive works. But once you've made it into kind of an ink, you can get lines. Just on Strathmore grey paper here. And obviously you can go, if I use a very fine brush, don't have too much on there. You've got to watch the consistency a little bit as well, because if you add too much thinners, you won't get a thin line, because it'll kind of be like a globule on the end of the brush. But you can see there I'm getting some real fine lines with pan pastels, and the blacks the same. I've made some up there, just the same, made it like an ink. And if the solvent dries on it, you can just add a little bit more and it reactivates it. So you can see lovely thin lines there for the pan pastels as well. You can see we can go over some too. So that kind of opens them up to all new ideas. Now what you've got to watch with the solvents is that some papers, the solvents in this kind of an ink, the odorless solvent, will attack the surface of the paper. Pastel Matte doesn't like it, but the Canson Intense Touch, that seems okay. I've only done a couple of quick tests, so you need to test it out for yourself and see what you can actually do with these things. But it obviously, like I say, it opens it up now to using black paper. You can do works with white on black with it. It's never going to be as white as it is coming straight from the pan, because obviously it's thinned down. But if you keep letting it dry and then add more layers, then obviously you can get it whiter and whiter and whiter. And when it dries like a powder, so you can blend it slightly, but not as much as before, which could be another advantage if you want the this pastel to actually stay in place on your paper. Then, you know, it'll do that as well. And you can see how fine the lines are there that I'm getting with those. So I thought I'd just show you that it doesn't blend the powder with water, so it doesn't go into a solution if you try this with water. Some pastel sticks would, but whatever they're using to compress and to make the actual pan pastels, it needs some form of a solvent then to thin it down and turn it into this ink type of consistency. So you can see now that, you know, you could do some real nice effects with this by layering black on white and white on black and all those type of things. So you could actually get away now, if you was trying pastels or something on location, you could take a black and a white to do tonal studies on just a very, very small amount of thinners, just a tiny little, well, you've seen how much, just a few drops really, and it goes a long way and lasts a long time as well. So hope you like that little idea. I'm going to play with this technique now and see what I can think of creating and how it really opens it up. Love to see anything that you create with it as well. If you're looking for more art resources, I've really got you covered. I've got a dedicated tutorial website, that's jasonmorgan.co.uk. Lots of videos on there, ebook tutorials, you name it, it's on that site. I've got a Patreon art channel. So every month I put up brand new videos, and that could be pastel videos, oils, charcoals, they're full-length videos, and there's also photo references with the Easy Trace line art on there. I've got quite a few hundred people supporting me, and that's on Patreon. And also, if you're after even more reference photos, I got a dedicated website just packed with reference photos. I think there's about 900 on there at the moment. So that's wildlifeart-online.com. Now please, with my YouTube channel, new videos coming on here as well. If you can possibly subscribe to the channel, then you're never going to miss out on new videos.